Have you ever felt like you're just stuck trying to learn a new skill and the old ways just aren't working anymore? Well, today we're diving into how AI is completely rewriting the rules of the game. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's a real toolkit that can supercharge how you learn, starting right now. Let's get into it.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about learning a little bit faster. Like Dr. Vernette Grant says, this is about fundamentally changing your learning curve. It's about hitting your goals with a kind of speed and precision that honestly seemed impossible until just now.
So let's be honest for a moment. When you decide to learn something new, what's your first move? Do you grab a textbook, watch a generic YouTube tutorial? If you're still relying on those one-size-fits-all methods, well, you might be missing out on a whole new universe of learning.
All right, so let's zoom out and look at the big picture here. We hear this phrase, the future of learning, thrown around all the time like it's some distant idea. But what if I told you that future isn't coming? It's already here.
This, right here, really shows you the difference. On the one hand, you've got the old way, kind of slow, generic, and mostly passive. Where you have to wait days to get feedback or a grade. But on the other hand, AI makes learning active and incredibly personal. It actually knows when you're struggling and, just as important, when you're ready for a bigger challenge, giving you feedback right in the moment. That shift from passive to active, that's the entire game.
So, what does this actually look like in real life? I know what you might be thinking, and no, it's not about having some robot teacher from a movie. It's about the tools we can use right now that act as our own personal AI mentors, sometimes without us even realizing it.
In fact, I bet you've already used some of these. That language app on your phone isn't just a digital deck of flashcards. It's an AI that knows exactly which words you're getting stuck on. And your writing assistant? It does so much more than just check your spelling these days. And a virtual public speaking coach can give you incredibly detailed feedback that used to cost a fortune to get from a human expert.
And let's be clear, this goes way beyond just fixing typos. An AI writing mentor isn't just correcting your mistakes, it's coaching you. It's asking, how can you make this clearer? How could this be even more persuasive? It's a tool that helps you find your most confident and effective voice.
And it's the exact same idea for public speaking. Imagine getting instant, objective data on your speaking pace, your tone, how many filler words you're using, all without the pressure of a live audience staring back at you. It's like having your own private rehearsal room with an analytics expert on call, letting you smooth out all the rough edges before the big day.
Okay, so communication skills are one thing, and that's already pretty amazing. But what about the really hard stuff? The complex technical skills? Let's take a look at how AI tackles those.
When it comes to skills like coding or data analysis, well, this is where AI is an absolute game changer. You're no longer just passively watching a video of someone else coding. AI simulators basically throw you into real-world projects and adapt the difficulty as you get better. It's the difference between watching a video about swimming and actually jumping in the pool.
Just look at this. The AI isn't just a glorified spell checker for your code. It doesn't just say, hey, you made an error. It actually suggests a better way, a more efficient solution. It's like having a senior developer sitting right next to you, looking over your shoulder and guiding you. It's your personal coding co-pilot.
All right, now this next part, this is where things get really interesting, maybe even a little strange to think about at first. We always think of AI for technical stuff, but what about the most human skills of all? Well, it turns out AI can help us supercharge those too.
Yeah, you heard that right. Skills like negotiation and stress management. And you're probably asking, how on earth can a computer teach me that? Well, the answer is pretty cool. It's all about sophisticated role-playing. Instead of just reading a book about how to handle a tough conversation, you can actually practice it with an AI in a totally safe environment.
And this is where the magic really happens. You get a safe space, a sandbox, to practice that tough salary negotiation or that difficult feedback session again and again. You can try different approaches, see what works, and do it all without any real-world consequences. It's literally a flight simulator for your most important conversations.
Okay, so we've seen all these incredible tools, but a tool is only as good as the person using it, right? So how do we actually weave all of this into our lives to make a real difference? It's about having a strategy, a real blueprint for your growth. Let's map that out.
It all boils down to this really powerful three-step loop. First, you integrate the AI insights. You let the AI give you the data, the practice, the raw feedback.
Second, and this part is crucial, you combine that with human mentorship. You take those insights to a real person, a boss or a mentor, to get the wisdom and context that AI just can't provide. And finally, step 3, you apply it. You take it out into the real world. Because at the end of the day, the AI is your training partner, but you're still the one who has to perform.
So, after all that, it really just leaves one big question on the table, doesn't it? After seeing all these possibilities, from mastering technical skills to sharpening the deeply human ones, what's the first skill you are ready to master with AI? The tools are here. The only question left is, where will you start?